I might end up in America this Christmas. I don't know how that would be. It's so far away and so different. Especially when the place I might end up is rural and quite hot. There'd be no snow, no dancing to Wham in Tesco. Would it even feel like Christmas? For me, anyway. And most importantly, what would I eat? When I decided to be vegetarian, my mum started making me stuffed aubergine for my Christmas dinner. It was so good, all full of breadcrumbs and cheese and onions and herbs. Everyone else would eat their chicken because none of us liked turkey. We'd light candles on the kitchen table and it felt sacred and fancy. And I felt special to have my own meal that I could really devour, not pick at like with the chicken. I felt like an adult. My first Christmas away from home was in Beijing. It was a uni trip to China that I somehow got a place on. From Wigan to Beijing, eh? It was by far the longest that I've ever travelled, before or since. I took so many photos. My mum really loved the one with the market stall with so many eggs, these huge pale blue ones and little brown speckled ones. And then there was a stall that had every nut and seed imaginable, all sorted into these little compartments. On Christmas Day, we went to play pool in this smoky underground bar. I had sweet and sour tofu with crunchy peanuts. I declined the rice wine that people had ordered by mistake, looking for our concept of what white wine would be. I've never really drunk alcohol. Food is my thing. I went on to live by the coast in France and up in the mountains in Spain. I got used to lounging outside cafes and savouring creme catalane and cinnamon-filled rice pudding. When winter came, I was amazed at just how many versions of frozen chocolate logs Picard, France's posh version of Iceland, managed to come up with. But I always got home for Christmas. My mum and I would bake Yule logs with thick buttercream and dusted with icing sugar snow. They weren't quite French standard, but they seemed to go down well. I got a job in a swanky office in Manchester, and for a while my life was stable. Then everything changed last year because, I spent so much time in my flat alone and it was so cold. When I think about that time, I just think about my Lindt truffle advent calendar. How each chocolate that I ate each day was another day of winter that I'd survived. Sometimes I'd be surprised by a pink truffle, a strawberry one, and sometimes I'd have to face the questionable purple almond ones. I know it's a bit over the top that I could get a Malteser's calendar or a Buttons one, but hell, I like Lindt. And I like going around the shop and picking my favourite truffles to put in it. Yes, I did make it myself and I still forget what's in it. I do want to go to Wigan this Christmas. I want to bake with my mum and thoroughly photograph the cat. I want to wake up to a bulky red stocking, yes, even at my age. And I want to enjoy stuffed aubergine by candlelight. But I have the chance to go to America, to the forests and mountains and deserts, to where my mum says some of her ancestors came from. I haven't been on a plane in nearly 5 years. I hadn't been on a plane at all till I was 12, but there was this time in my life when I was a student that I felt like an adventurer. I felt resilient and restless. No one I know in Mississippi has heard of Mississippi mud pie. Is it all a lie? But they do have pumpkin pie and apple pie, and I've begged to be taken to the cheesecake factory. And they have aubergines or eggplants. And I'm sure I could rip us up a Yule log. I may have to do without my Lindt advent calendar, but I'm sure that every day will bring something sweet and unexpected to savour. Even the almond ones.